In this episode, Valentine special, what about romance? Hi there, bridal couples to be.
Welcome to How to Get Married in Holland.
The ultimate wedding podcast of and about the Netherlands.
We, wedding ceremony experts, aka celebrants Daphne and Jasperin, share all ins and outs of getting married in our flat and fabulous country.
Enjoy listening.
What about romance? What is a definition of romance and romantic?
Yeah, I think it's very personal, but when you take the exact definition according to Oxford Languages, and I have to peek a little bit on the side to my second screen, it says a feeling of excitement and mystery associated with love.
Excitement
And
mystery.
and according to Cambridge Dictionary, it says the feelings and behavior of two people who are in a loving relationship with each other.
Okay,
That's very broad,
that's
isn't
very
it?
broad. Okay,
Yeah.
so what makes a wedding day romantic?
Well, this is a Valentine special. So if we back it up a little, when you look at Valentine's Day, it's all about red,
Yes.
right? Hearts,
Hearts, wishes.
red roses, teddy bears
Yeah, let's forget about the
are
teddy
even
bears.
considered romantic, but not so much at a wedding. And at a wedding, it is more about the whites, the pastels. It's the classical version of romantic.
Yes.
But when you look at that, when we listen to that official definition, it's more of a personal experience of
Yeah.
what excites you
Yes.
or makes you feel loved or has a lovingly appeal to you.
Yeah, I agree. The things that we mentioned to start with were more the commercial things, the things that are sort of, thrown at you everyday life, the weeks before Valentine. Oh, it's Valentine's Day. But true
And
romance.
in the movies as
yes,
well.
but true
Yeah.
romance is about you and what you decide that is romance and what means romantic for you. So if you decide to get married on Valentine's Day, then that is your interpretation of what romance is, because it makes you as a couple feel good.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be completely different because, moving away from the reds and the roses and the pinks on Valentine's Day. I once had a wedding in October and it was dark. The colors were dark. There were purples. There were dark reds and oranges and purples. But for that couple, it was the most romantic day ever. It was
Because it was really them.
it was what they wanted it to be. So I think that is the main reason or the main thing, that if you want to get married in a certain way, do it that way. And that means that there will be romance, there will be that romantic feeling. And yes, of course, if you get married on Valentine's Day, you have that added dimension of the 14th of February, because everyone will recognize that, oh, you're getting married on Valentine's Day. There's no need to ask, why are you getting married on Valentine's Day? Because that will be very, very clear to everyone.
Although you might have to do
Yeah.
some second
I
guessing
know.
because do listen to the previous
I know.
episode.
Yep.
But yeah, it's indeed very personal. And I once had a blended family, so they each have had children from a previous marriage, and they got married, and they really wanted to involve the kids, and they had such fond memories of their very first holiday together,
Okay.
which was at a campsite. So they also decided to get married there
Oh.
on the campsite. And it was, because romance is also next to love, of course, but also associated with luxury, right? beautiful, big
Yes.
red roses
Yes.
and soft materials and silk and velvet. But this was a campsite. And they all had to wear boots because, there was mud
Oh.
and everything. But they had the time of their lives.
Yeah.
And they felt so connected with their memories and with their loved ones and everybody having fun. And it was really their vibe. And that made it romantic.
Yes.
Not in a classical standard, as in a movie type of way, but in their own way.
I find personal vows very romantic as well.
Yes.
Whether you say them to each other during a wedding ceremony or any other moment that you picked during that day, maybe even it's very, very romantic because it's the most personal, private thing that you can say to one another. It's how you feel and what you feel for that other person. And I was saying it's beautiful during the ceremony, but I believe it's maybe even more romantic when you say it to each other when there's just the two of you. When you have
during the first look,
exactly.
For example. Yeah. And in fact, do you see the relation between a Valentine's card and the vows? It's a way of expressing your love.
Yeah, it's a way of
expressing. And with on Valentine's is anonymous, of course. And this time it's quite obvious who you're getting married to. But it's a feeling of intimacy. And that's romance as well. When you feel that feeling of togetherness, you feel love, there's just the two of you. Yeah, that's beautiful as well.
So whatever you choose, whether it's on Valentine's Day or a different day, making your own options about how you want the wedding to be, really staying close to yourself, I believe in that case you will get the most romantic day ever.
True romance, indeed. Yeah, feeling excited and feeling loved.
Exactly, and that's what it's all about. So,
go
ahead, and we will speak to you next time. Bye-bye.
The next time, bye.
Thanks for listening to How to Get Married in Holland.
We look forward to share more about organizing your wedding day in the Netherlands in the next episode.
Hit the subscribe button so you won't miss anything.
Any questions in the meantime?
Please ask wedding celebrants Daphne or Jasperin. You can find us, plus the show notes, on Instagram.
And if you love this podcast, please leave a review.
It gives us a higher ranking, so more fun international couples with Dutch wedding plans will be able to find us.
Until next time.